I'd like to bring the Monday, March 16th, 2026 Township of Hamilton Committee meeting to order. Please rise for the flag salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law by posting a notice of this meeting on the bulletin board in the municipal building and by transmitting notice of this meeting to the Press of Atlantic City, Star Ledger, and Atlantic County Record on January 6, 2026. Mr. Aiken.
Here.
Mr. Cheek.
Here.
Ms. Thompson.
Here.
Dr. Witherspoon.
Here.
Mayor Patali.
Here. And we have a moment of silence for private reflection. Thank you. Okay, we have two proclamations tonight. First one is for Amy Gatto. Okay. So, whereas Amy L. Gatto was raised in the Township of Hamilton, where she attended schools in Mays Landing and later graduated from Oakcrest High School in 2000. At Oakcrest, Amy was student council president and founder of the Activity Carnival and Powder Puff football programs. She was a member of the National Honor Society, a drum major of the Oakcrest Marching Nerds, ambassadors.
Ambassadors.
Sorry. A Falcon TV news personality and played Marty in Grease. Amy was a Girls Athletic Association member, having played softball, cheerleading, managed wrestling and baseball, and was one of the first female golfers at Oakcrest. Amy is a proud recipient of the Brian Petty Courage Award and proud inaugural inductee of the Oakcrest Community Hall of Fame in 2024. Whereas Amy went on to earn a Bachelor of Science degree in International Business and Bachelor of Arts degree in French from Widener University in 2004. She began her professional career at Pico Energy in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and later held roles at Atlanticare, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield, and currently serves as Vice President of Business Operations for Lincoln Financial. And whereas in 2005, Amy was elected to the Hamilton Township Board of Education and then to the Hamilton Township Committee in 2007. And at 29 years old, became the youngest and only the third woman to hold the office of mayor in the township's several hundred-year history. Amy was later elected to the Board of County Commissioners 3 times, respectively in 2016, 2019, and 2022, where she was proudly selected in 2019 to serve as the first female to chair the Board of Freeholders in its 182-year history. Whereas Amy is proud to be the daughter of former Absegami principal and
Yeah, we just say that word quietly.
okay,
Yeah.
among other things, Dr. Jerry Lynn Vernon, OHS class of 75, and Bill Gatto, OHS class of 72. He was a retired union laborer, local 172, and sister to Billy, OHS class 08. Whereas Amy has been a dedicated public servant and community leader, participating in numerous community service initiatives, advocating for herself and individuals with Crohn's disease, and was honored in 2008 as one of Atlantic City Weekly's top 40 under 40. And now, therefore, we, the sworn members of Hamilton Township Committee in Mays Landing, New Jersey, do hereby honor Amy L. Gatto during National Women's History Month in perpetuity as established the 16th day of March in the year of 2026.
Thank you.
will say she swore me in my first time. She was pretty
I know, I'm pretty, thank you.
involved, yes, you are pretty involved in getting me involved in politics. I think now she's probably questioning that, since I am a little bit rough around the edges and stuff like that. But we'll leave that go. I think she's happy with what she did. I hope she is. But once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I'm
you
sure
so
you
much.
have something to say.
Well, first of all, thank you, Township Committee. Appreciate it very much, and very excited to be back at home in Mays Landing. So much to say, and I was trying to think of, something like really profound to say. But there's just a couple of thoughts that I'll say. I mean, first of all, my journey is not me alone. It starts with an amazing family, many of whom are here tonight, and many of whom were just gathered at Tailgaters. We were remembering my Uncle Tony. Today's 20 years since he passed away, and tomorrow would have been his 75th birthday. And we just, my dad's one of 12, so there's a lot of us. My mom's one of 2, and there's a few of us, but we're always very, very tight. And it's my family and my dear friends who are like family that are here, and our community. That's where it all starts. A great foundation. Education through the Hamilton Township School District. I see some of the members here today. And just really wonderful opportunities and mentors there to look through. And then Carl highlighted so many great memories at Oakcrest that I think a lot of us share. Oakcrest is a very special place, no matter what anybody else wants to ever say about it. It's the Falcon Nest, and it's where a lot of really beautiful things happen and did happen, and memories were made, and like I said, lifelong friends were made, and I couldn't be more proud of that school and to be part of that community. And then to be able to come back and serve my community. For those who don't know, what sparked that interest was when I was in 8th grade, we have Youth and Government Day here at Hamilton Township, and it was started by Mayor Charlie Pritchard, and I'm sure Jack will remember too. I shadowed then Deputy Mayor Joe Nichols, and Lorraine Grenice was the mayor at the time. And I was like, man, this mayor thing is like really cool. Like, I think I'm gonna do that one day. And that's what I knew I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to come back and serve. And when I came home from college, bought my first house, I actually said to my mom, like, what do you think I should do? And she's like, well, you really liked school. Why don't you run for school board? And that's what I did. And I see so many members of the Hamilton Township Republican Club that are here who really helped nurture that political journey, which it is, journey and adventure. And to have former leaders like, Jack Percy back there, and so many others that really helped, again, pave that path. And I learned a lot about listening to those with the knowledge from the past and then applying my own experiences and thoughts and kind of letting that all churn and come out as, what represents me. And really, it was just about trying to serve my community in the best way that I possibly could. And it was really, really hard at times, and super fruitful most of the time. It gave back a lot to me in so many ways, and hopefully, I gave to some people out there. And then I moved on to the county, and I see so many of my fellow county commissioners back there, Commissioner Risley, Commissioner Burns, our former mayor here, and now my torch holder, Commissioner Shanker. And I don't know who we're calling chairman these days, but certainly we have Risley and then Commissioner Parker there, and then our clerk, Joe Girallo, and his beautiful wife, who's also super supportive. Going to the county level is a whole different vibe. You go from trying to fix people's potholes and, very tangible local issues that you can fix to much bigger things that take a lot more time and a lot more strategic planning. And you don't get that immediate result, but you hope that the things that you put in motion are going to be fruitful at the end of the day. So all I can say is you just try to do the best that you can, put your best foot forward, and listen to those who've come before you. Put yourself back into it. Be true to yourself, and it'll all come back to you. And I am very much enjoying retirement from politics. Enjoying getting to be home after work and like cook dinner and watch TV like at normal times, like those little things. But it's certainly not the end. I'm sure of that, but it's nice to have a little break and recharge. And I'm just so honored to have been raised in this community. I have to also say to the township employees and the employees of all the government entities that I've had the opportunity to serve, like we're nothing without them. So I'm looking at all of you guys too, and just appreciate everything that you do to serve our residents and our community members every day. So thank you so much for this distinction. It truly means so much to me, and I look forward to putting it next to my mug that I have of you and I, Mayor, with our Simpsons mug. Yes. So thank you so much again. Thank you to you.
Sorry about that, paparazzi stuff. We have next proclamation for National Women's History Month, Dr. Jennifer Holmstrom.
Whereas Dr. Jennifer Alden, help me, Holmstrom, principal of William Davies Middle School, has spent more than 2 decades in education dedicated to building strong school communities and creating meaningful opportunities for students, becoming the first female principal. Let me just say that again. The first female principal to oversee the daily operations of William Davies Middle School and guide its continued growth. Whereas Dr. Holmstrom earned 2 master's degrees, one in school counseling and the other in educational leadership, culminating in a doctorate in educational leadership from Walden University. Her career in education, spanning more than 25 years, began teaching at Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. School complex in Atlantic City. She later served in several roles, including guidance counselor and vice principal before becoming principal. Whereas since becoming principal at William Davies Middle School, Dr. Holmstrom has focused on transforming the school through innovative programming, community engagement, and expanded opportunities for students. Working alongside Superintendent Dr. Zito and a dedicated staff, Dr. Holmstrom introduced the Red Wings program, an initiative she brought from her previous school to recognize students for outstanding achievements. Whereas Dr. Holmstrom's leadership has also been recognized beyond the district. She was named the Philadelphia 76ers 2023 to 2024 season's Queen of the Classroom, and anyone who knows her knows she is a proud 76ers fan. Whereas Dr. Holmstrom lives locally with her husband, Jason, she is the mother of Alex, Zoe, and Taylor, parentheses, Anthony, and a proud mom to her grandchildren, Amelia, okay, and Colin. Through her leadership, dedication to relationships, and commitment to creating opportunities for students, Dr. Holmstrom continues to inspire those around her and make a lasting impact on the Davies community. Now, therefore, I, Tracy Thompson, a sworn member of Hamilton Township Committee in Mays Landing, New Jersey, do hereby honor Dr. Jennifer Alden Holmstrom during National Women's History Month and perpetuity as established the 16th day of March in the year of 2026.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I wanted to just share that when I was a kid, I used to attend Duperson School, and Mr. Davies actually lived right on the corner across the street from Duperson School. And when I was in 8th grade, they were in the process of naming the school in his honor. So being a student council member at the time, I used to go down to the corner of Farragut, because they were allowed to do things like that back then, and help him across the street and walk up the steps with him to go to the various items that we were just celebrating him. Ms. Pegalotti, Ms. Birchtold had various community celebrations for him. And he was a little bit older at the time, so every couple of steps we would stop and we would just talk about his vision for the new school that they were going to build and how excited he was. And I learned a lot from him on those several times when I kind of walked him up the stairs. And then Mrs. Birchtold honored me with the ability to sing the national anthem for the groundbreaking of the school as well. So coming back to Davies School and serving as the first female principal is truly an honor. I hope I service Mr. Davies well. I was there when there was nothing there but ground, and I watched them put the first shovels into the ground. And it's an honor to get this on his behalf. And I only take this for the staff, the administration, the students, and the school community that wanted to see a change and needed to see a difference. We have, if you're not aware, the Dragon Network News. We are first in the state for most watched, and we are third in the country. We also have a tremendous program coming through our medical biosciences where we're certifying students in first aid and CPR in 7th and 8th grade. There are many things that we're doing, but it's not just me, and I accept this on behalf of my staff, my students, and the families that come to Davies every single day. So go Dragons, and thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Congrats. All that muscle you got.
Doesn't look as old. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Did we tell them that they don't have to stay?
Oh, no, they have to stay.
You don't have to stay. The one that was on it has to stay.
Guest presentations, we have none.
Congratulations.
Can we say goodbye to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, everybody. Go enjoy your dinner while I wait until I eat at 9 o'clock tonight.
Stop. Be careful. Driving. Ease. Piece of work. You are.
I guess we can continue with, so we have no guest presentations. We have addition, deletion of late agenda items to be considered for action tonight.
Keep going.
Additions, 7M, resolution to adopt notice of tort claim form.
So move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Against? Ayes have it. All right, we'll move on. Early public comment. We have anybody signed up?
Yes, we have Reagan Ruffalo for 7L.
I don't like reading off of my phone. I used ChatGPT because I couldn't think of anything to write, and it started me off with good evening, which now I feel like Count Dracula. But good evening, members of the committee and Dad. If you don't know, my name is Reagan Ruffalo. I live here in Mays Landing, was born and raised here. And I'm here tonight to express my support of the proposed resolution that's encouraging joint custody during a divorce or separation of the parents. I don't really want to get too much into my personal experience with this, but I will say that when my parents got divorced and we started out with 50-50 custody, my life, my sister's life, and my family and friends' lives would have been very different. And I think children benefit greatly from having meaningful relationships with both of their parents, and having this kind of joint custody right off the bat would allow for more meaningful relationships and also, help keep both parents actively involved in their child's lives. So I respectfully encourage that the committee to support this resolution. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christina Pitane for 7L.
Hi, Mayor Patali, Deputy Mayor Cheek, and members of the committee. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to y'all. I also am speaking on behalf of Bills S2008 and A2963. I am here to support policies that encourage 50-50 shared parenting custody and meaningful relationships between children and both of their parents. When families separate, children should not have to lose half of their family in the process. Beginning custody cases with a presumption of 50-50 parenting time helps ensure that both parents remain active, present, and equally important in their child's lives whenever it is safe and appropriate. In many cases, when one parent becomes marginalized in a child's life, the risk of parental alienation increases. Parental alienation occurs when a child is influenced, intentionally or unintentionally, to reject or fear a loving parent. What makes this so harmful is that it places the child in the middle of adult conflict and forces them to choose sides in a relationship they should never have to choose between. The damage to children can be significant and long-lasting. Children who are alienated from a loving parent often experience confusion, guilt, anxiety, and emotional distress. They may feel pressured to deny their own positive memories and feelings about that parent in order to maintain approval from the other. Over time, this can lead to issues with trust, identity, and healthy relationships later in life. Many mental health professionals have also observed that children who lose contact with a loving parent may struggle with self-esteem, depression, and feelings of abandonment. A child naturally sees themselves as part of both parents. When they are taught to reject one parent, they may internalize that rejection and feel as though part of themselves is being rejected as well. I've seen how damaging this can be firsthand. My fiance is a loving and devoted father who fought hard to remain involved in his children's lives. During a custody hearing, false allegations were brought against him. While those allegations were being sorted out, valuable time passed. During that time, his ex-wife had the opportunity to influence the children and turn them against their father. The children were not only turned against their father, but also against their entire family. Loving uncles, aunts, and their grandmother, his mother, Ann Santilli, was heartbroken because she was not able to see her grandchildren. She recently passed away without having the chance to rebuild that relationship. The pain of losing those years with family members can never truly be repaired. This situation has now been going on for 12 years. 12 years of lost holidays, missed birthdays, and family memories that should have been shared. And sadly, it is those who lose the most when an entire side of the family is erased from their lives. This is why shared parenting policies matter. A starting point of equal custody can help prevent one parent from being pushed out of a child's life when legal issues are being resolved. It protects children from losing meaningful time and connection with a loving parent and the extended family who also loves them. At the same time, we recognize that not every separated couple immediately knows how to co-parent effectively. When one parent is unwilling or struggling to cooperate, courts could require counseling or co-parenting education to help parents learn how to communicate, reduce conflict, and focus on the needs of their children. Giving parents the tools to work together can help create a healthier environment for children and make shared custody more successful. Importantly, a shared custody presumption would not remove the court's ability to protect children. Judges would still have the authority to make different arrangements when there are concerns about abuse, neglect, or safety. But starting from the principle that children deserve both parents whenever possible helps ensure that loving parents are not unnecessarily separated from their children. Ultimately, this issue is not about parents winning or losing. It is about protecting children and preserving the relationships that shape who they become. Children deserve the love, guidance, and stability of both parents whenever it is safe to provide it. Thank you for your time, consideration, and support for the children who are our future. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it.
That's it? Okay. Being that this was discussed, I would like to make a motion to move 7L up to be voted on now.
A second.
I have a motion, a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? So, I brought this forward, and I know it probably really doesn't mean a whole lot, but the fact that we send a resolution up to Trenton, and we have a list of all the places that this is going to go to, it may help in making some of these bills move forward. So that being said, do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Can I have a roll call vote on this, please?
Mr. Aiken?
Yes.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
Yes. And thank you, everybody, for supporting this. It means a lot to me. And thank you, Reagan and Christina and Gary. Think about you guys all the time. So, now that I'm bummed out and sad.
And it passed, so you don't have to stay.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going to something more exciting. Okay. Discussion, formal action may be taken. A, canvassing ordinance. This was something that was like last meeting or the meeting before, I can't remember. We approved 2 companies to do some, is it canvassing or soliciting?
There's canvassing, soliciting, and peddling.
Well, whatever they were approved for, and some questions were raised. So I'm gonna throw this over to our solicitor, and he can go over a couple of things. He knows some questions that were brought up and concerns made.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate it. In front of committee is the current canvassing, peddling, soliciting, transient vendor portion of the Township Code. I know that we had it on for discussion briefly after some resolutions were passed. At the last meeting, committee asked me to take a look at what we can do to potentially strengthen that part of the code. And if you remember, we amended it about 2 years ago to bring it up to speed in terms of the canvassing. But what I'd like to put in front of you tonight is potential ability to address some of the issues that residents or people in Hamilton Township might have brought to you regarding the soliciting and the peddling part of the ordinance. And For the benefit of the public, the difference between canvassing, peddling, and soliciting is ultimately what the individuals are going house to house to do. Canvassing is typically going out and giving informational, whether it be pamphlets or talking to people about things that may be happening. Soliciting is where they're going door to door and asking for either selling things or doing something where they're taking orders. And peddling is where they have goods on them. They're going door to door and selling things kind of there on the spot. An example I always give are the Boy Scouts locally. They go to door. If you're selling popcorn, you have the popcorn on you, you're peddling. If you are taking orders, you're soliciting. That's ultimately the difference. I know that might be a poor example because Boy Scouts are a nonprofit, but you kind of get the idea where I'm going with this. So I know that committee last time talked about things like the IDs. And as you go through the code, there are specific exceptions to who does not need to apply for a permit. A lot of those are either by case law or by the current statutes here in the state of New Jersey. But the individuals, usually the profit organizations that do need permits, that might be something that we could pursue if you would like me to look in that and draft an ID process. You see an example of that under one of the exceptions for utility companies. I'll use AC Electric as a utility company that does not need to have a permit for specific reasons. When they come out, our code already does say that they have to wear their company ID or something sufficient, maybe a logo shirt or something that identifies who they are. But if we have somebody going through the permit for either soliciting or for peddling, that might be an option for the township. We wanted to have an administrative process where, as part of the application they were issued, we could also give them an ID that they're required to wear when they're going door to door. So that would be an example of something that we may do. Does Township Committee have a position on that or any follow-up questions?
On the ID, I kind of like the idea, but I don't like the idea that the township's going to be required to create these IDs and give them out. That's just an added responsibility to, I would assume, the clerk's office or whomever
That's correct.
that responsibility gets moved out to. So I'm not sure how much I like that idea. It's going to be a cost. It's going to take our employees away from doing their other responsibilities. But I'm also not really totally against it either. I think we got to think it over.
I agree, Mayor. Any change like this or that has an administrative side to it, there's always going to be a cost analysis of what it would cost and the benefits that you might get by implementing this. So that's something that I can work with the administrator, the report back, what something like that would entail, the cost, the personnel, and then we can outweigh it with the benefits and the risk in doing so. The cost for the permits, I believe, currently is about $25 for the permits. It might be something that we structure into it as long as it doesn't become burdensome in terms of the cost, but that might be something that we can present in the future to you as well if you want us to kind of dive into that.
Dive into that and see what the cost would be.
With the ID, Mayor, would it be from their company? I mean, it shouldn't be from the township.
Well,
It shouldn't be from the township because everybody that works for a company, say solar, they should have IDs from their company.
That's something to take into consideration. Some of the research that I did, not every company has badges or IDs. For example, I use my law firm as a business. We don't issue company IDs for the business. So if we didn't have something, it would be something that the Township of Hamilton would provide. By providing it, wouldn't be an undue burden on the people that were applying. It would also regulate what counts as an ID. So it would be in the township's control of saying, this is somebody that's been approved. They will all typically be regulated so that the residents of Hamilton Township can identify and say, that's a soliciting badge. I know that that's somebody who's been issued a permit.
Okay, thank you.
Did you come up with the hours that these people will be out here? Do we have like a start time, end time?
So as of right now, under the code, the hours are 9 to 9. So it's a straightforward all the way through for all three sections, both canvassing, soliciting, and peddling. I know that we had a discussion regarding a lot of the case law and the updated things that were going on about a year or so ago regarding canvassing that's statutorily protected. But if the committee wanted to do so and to change the hours, it might be something addressed for the for-profit individuals that are not subject to the exemption list. It's kind of in our code as of now, to make it a change for the soliciting and the peddling. So what I could do is carve out those two portions of the code to change the hours if you'd like to do that as well.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
because I think 9 is too late.
Yeah,
I mean, even in the summertime, it might, I know it's a little lighter, but 9 is still
That's late.
maybe a little bit too late.
What hours was Township Committee thinking for the peddling and soliciting?
I mean, I think, I'm just me thinking, comfortable maybe 6 o'clock.
What about dusk?
So a lot of times, 6 o'clock, depending on the time of year, sometimes dusk in the wintertime could be around 6 o'clock. We could do dusk as well.
Yeah, dusk is fine, because at least,
Yeah.
if it's 7 and it's still light, that would be fine, yeah.
And if it's 4 and it's dark,
A lot of municipalities do the dusk for the
the
soliciting.
dust.
Yeah,
Would 4:30 be too early so that they're not knocking on the door and just like you're eating dinner and you're getting a call while you're in the middle of dinner? Would 4:30 be too early?
The issue at 4:30 is during the summer, dusk may be later in the day.
Exactly, that's
rather
why
than
we put a time on it.
fluctuate.
In my house, dinner's at 5:30, and that's when the telemarketers call. You know it, you know?
In a lot of the municipalities and codes that I've seen, dusk is usually the consistent
Okay.
thing that I've seen, but I'll defer to the Township Committee. So are we okay with doing 9 o'clock to dusk?
9 o'clock
sure,
to dusk.
dusk is fine.
Okay, I can make that adjustment. The last suggestion that was brought up was potentially criminal background checks for soliciting and peddling as well. I did do some research, or other municipalities that do this in terms of the application process. Typically, it's not a blanket restriction on certain backgrounds. What it would do is defer that the permit prior to being given would be sent to the Township Police Department to do a preliminary investigation, a report back if they had any concerns regarding this individual. They looked in the record, if there was any history with the township, to refer back to us in terms of the individual didn't have the character or the moral turpitude, as I would put it, to be going door to door. Those would be specific concerns. If we put that provision in there, we could restrict permits based on that feedback, but we would have to develop a little bit different of an appeal process. So if it didn't go through, that individual would have the right to come back in front of Township Committee to make an appeal if we wanted to go that route as well. And again, that wouldn't apply to the exceptions in the code. It would apply to solicitors or peddlers that are going door to door.
I think that's obviously something I think probably have to talk with Chief Verga about, see what kind of issues that could cause, and make sure we're not opening a can of worms here that just makes it harder, worse, whatever. But obviously, we got
Understood,
some
Mayor.
time before the next meeting. We can definitely discuss it and go from there.
Very good. I'll work with the internal team and put something in front of you, hopefully by next meeting. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
So
Anybody-
can I
go
ask
ahead.
one other
You
thing?
can
So
answer
we
one.
talked about, is there any way we could do like a suggest or not require in there? If the ID thing is a no-go, like have them suggest them to wear a logo shirt if they have it, or something with their logo?
Sure. Committee, what my suggestion on that would be is, in the code, we usually try to put things in the code that are enforceable. So I think the best place to put that if acceptable would be on the permit application. So on the bottom of it, it suggests to put identification should be worn, or something that's not mandatory. But
Right,
a
not
suggestion
mandatory,
on
but a
there
suggestion.
for safety purposes, and I can work with the township to put language in there on the permit application, if you'd like to do that.
Because I've had them come up with nothing, they walk up with nothing on, and you ask for credentials, they sometimes show you, and, you're like, so.
They
You
appear
would
much
think
more
that would only,
legitimate.
that would help them, you would think.
Yes.
So you would think they would do that
Yeah.
on their own. So I think that's the best way, is put it on the application.
The other thing that was brought up at the last meeting was the license plate number on the
Yeah,
application.
the tag.
So you had that, too?
Yes. We can add that as well. We are
That
ready to
was
require the make, the model, and the VIN number, so there should be no issue with the license plate. The license plate's less.
Tag number's the easiest thing to see on a vehicle, you could say this make, this model, this color, but, if you got a tag number, boom, if something happens.
We can add that in there as well. That's not a problem.
And the tag number, I'm going to assume, Jane, would be something you could easily put on your part of our website where you list who has the permits, okay?
Let me just ask a question with the tag number. What if it's a company car and it's not registered by the person? You know what I'm saying? Like it could be,
Registered to the driver, typically, or the business that's going door to door.
So
But
you-
the individual applicant's putting a copy of their ID on file with the permit as well.
so the car will be registered to the person that's doing the soliciting?
Not necessarily, it could be registered to a business or a corporation as well, but it's still in the permit, so I'm assuming that whatever vehicle they're going door to door, for example, I use my law firm as well, if they're using one of my company cars going door to door and they're soliciting,
Mhm.
it might not be registered to the individual that's going to door to door, but it would be to the business that they're representing.
And then they would be responsible to know who was driving that particular car? Like we would have to
Yes.
okay, all right.
Well, most of the times when these cars come, they don't drive to each door. They park at the end of the street, and then they walk. But when you said they do.
Out
the
where
dri-
I live, they'll drive up the driveway, because
Well,
we're in the woods.
Well, so you're in the woods,
They're
but
not
where
walking.
I live at,
Yeah, I got you.
you know, they don't,
They've driven up
they
the
don't go
driveway.
from house to house at Victoria Crossing.
Right.
Or Victoria
They
Point.
park somewhere.
They park somewhere and they walk. So the tag really wouldn't
Benefit you,
benefit me.
right, but on my end,
It would.
yeah, if I had an
Okay.
issue with one of the solicitors, you know, I'm looking at the car, I got the tag number, I can call it in or do, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because they come down my driveway. That was just, like I said, I think the
Okay.
tag added on there is just another cushion, just another thing.
The purpose of the tag is just for identification
Yep.
purposes. God forbid there is a problem, that's what we're looking for, so it's one piece of information that we can identify if need be.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. You got your marching orders?
Yes, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on, possible amendments to animal control ordinance. This is something else I brought up to our solicitor about our feral cat colonies that we have. I don't know about other members of committee, but I know Brett and I get phone calls quite often about cat issues. And looked into a couple of other ordinances from other towns, and they had some wording in their ordinances that gave the animal control officer of the police department some teeth on helping neighbors out that are having issues with feral cat colonies. So you give us a little background.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. Hamilton Township's not the only municipality that's dealing with this issue of feral cat colonies. I've actually worked on many of these ordinances in a lot of municipalities that I've worked in. The ordinances in front of you, I have a sample ordinance that was drafted that if the committee wishes to move forward, this might be something we can introduce next meeting after discussion. But what it does is it bolsters our current code on cats and addresses some of the issues that we see here in Hamilton Township, and it's kind of bifurcated into two parts. The first part would be the animal cruelty type of side of things, and where individuals have these feral cat colonies on their property, but they're not taking care of the cats. So you have malnutritioned animals, they're not getting enough food, water, care, vaccinations, things that would provide for unsafe or unsanitary environments. So that's part of the code that we're adding into there and strengthening for the animal control officer. That if these conditions or these issues are happening, we need to be able to go into the property to be able to address them. And the penalties for individuals that aren't complying with those specific provisions. The second is the nuisance abatement. A lot of times when the township gets involved, or the township police get involved, or animal control get involved, it's because of a phone call that the cats are tearing up my yard, they're doing damage, or all over the place, or species all over. What do we do? And that's the part of the code that we need to bolster up as well. Of what constitutes a nuisance, what happens, and gives us the power to go in there and address those circumstances. So that's what's in front of you in terms of the cat ordinance.
Very good. Any questions or comments? We'll see that at the next meeting.
Yeah, so we can put it on for introduction at the next meeting, if that's okay with you.
And 3C, excavation ordinance amendments. Mr. Solicitor?
Thank you, Mayor. Jump on this one as well. I actually thank yourself, Mayor, and our township engineer, Mr. Watkins, for helping out with this as well. This was initially brought to my attention for updating the part of the code. It was outdated. There was a lot of fill, some permit issues in there that we need to address. But Mr. Watkins jumped in and said, while we're in there, there are other options that would make the code cleaner, make it better, give township more protection in terms of road openings. And I'll let him speak to that briefly. But I know that he worked in another municipality on doing that, where it might be clear to people that are going through the permit process. Allow us to move specific provisions of the road opening to the street section, which made more sense to me off the bat, and the rename it, I believe it's highway occupancy permit.
Roadway.
Roadway.
Yeah.
So that's part of the process. So this is on a discussion of what we'd like to do, not only clean up the code and update it so that it's current, but also make it more user-friendly and protect the township a little bit better. So I'll turn it over to the engineer.
Yeah, we've come up with some ideas of trying to make it more clear and cleaner, more direct. The asphalt mix design is off, so we want to include that. The trench restoration process and how to incorporate multiple trenches in an area that it's already spelled out in the ordinance than just giving the township engineer carte blanche of, hey, you should do all of this, and then get in an argument with them. I'd rather have it concrete in an ordinance, and it's seen at the time of them obtaining the permit, so they're aware of the cost that's going to happen. Also, as a roadway occupancy permit, it can incorporate other permits that, the town has as well as like, tree clearing permits. Like when you see the Verizon or Atlantic City Electric going out on the roadways clearing the trees, I know the county has permits that are required by those agency or those contractors to get those tree clearing permits on their roadways. It kind of incorporates that when they go out on the municipal roads, sometimes they'll cut the tree limbs down and they just sit there and they're not cleaning it up. Now they have to get a permit through our permitting process so that we have something to hold to them when we see this and say, hey, you didn't come back and clean up your tree limbs. So there's a couple other things. I think if we incorporate the ordinance, we can present it to you and you can review it. I think that you'll see that it is. And obviously we'll have to work with Jane's office in regards to the application, a little bit changes. We have samples of that as well as checklists. And we'll create the checklist for the clerk's office, so it's already made.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mayor, we're looking at the township committee's permission to start looking to this, make some of the changes that we have to make, as well as include some of these newer ideas. Mr. Watkins, put something in front of you in the next meeting or two to take a look at moving forward to kind of bolster those portions of the code.
Everybody okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Moving on, public hearing, adoption of ordinances, ordinance 2130-2026, ordinance amending Exhibit A to Article 2 of Chapter 66 of the Code, the Township of Hamilton and the Township of Hamilton's Chart of Organization to provide for the creation and amendment of certain positions and maximum salaries. Administrative Enforcement Officer, Municipal Enforcement Officer. And I'm going to go ahead and make a motion to withdraw this.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do I need a roll call?
You need a roll call for the motion to withdraw. Yes.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Aiken?
Yes.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patelli?
Yes.
Mayor, just for the record, if township wished to proceed with something like this or the same exact ordinance in the future, you would have to go back through the ordinance process, including your adoption.
Understood. Okay, introduction of ordinances, we have none. Award of bids, contracts, change orders. 6A, authorize engineering services to Mott Watkins Associates for professional services required to complete the design and construction inspections for the 2026 roadway improvement program, Phase 1, contract number 2026-06, not to exceed $128,000.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Aiken?
Yes.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patel?
Yes. 6B, authorize engineering services to Watkins Associates for professional services required to complete the design and construction inspections for the Dennis Foreman Drive sidewalks, contract number 2026-07, not to exceed $18,000.
Motion?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Aiken?
Yes.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patel?
Yes. 6C, resolution approving interlocal services agreement between the Township of Hamilton and Greater Egg Harbor School District for the installation of banners at various locations within the township for the period of 6/1/26 through 5/31/27, and authorizing mayor to sign same.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. I don't need a roll call on this, do I? Yeah, give me a roll call.
Go for it.
Mr. Aiken?
Yes.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patel?
Yes. Consent agenda. So we took L's out.
M's in.
M's in.
M is in. I'll motion for A through K and 7M as well.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Ayes have it. Woo-hoo, we're moving along now.
Don't stop.
Don't stop. Personnel, we have nothing. Approvals. Minutes, regular meeting minutes of March 2nd, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Against? Ayes have it. Minutes, special executive session meeting of February 24th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Aiken?
Yes.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patel?
Yes. Minutes, executive session meeting minutes of March 2nd, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Aiken?
Yes.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patel?
Yes. Bills, bill list total $3,264,879.39.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Aiken?
Yes.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patel?
Yes. Reports. Mr. Administrator.
I just want to make sure that everyone's aware that we rolled out the 2026 Hometown Heroes program last Monday.
Mhm.
If anyone in the public is interested in applying for a banner or having their banner reinstalled on one of our roads, please reach out to my office and check our website for the application. That's all I have.
Excellent. Mr. Solicitor.
Nothing report this time, Mayor, thank you.
Mr. Engineer.
Just a quick announcement that we are receiving bids on March 26th for Babcock Road and the road program as well. So you'll see them being on the agenda if they come in favorable to be voted on April 6th.
Outstanding. Very good.
We work fast.
All right. Dr. Witherspoon.
Yes. I would like to report that I went to my first Merchants Association meeting, and it was held here at Hamilton, at the Township Hall. It was very nice and to meet a lot of the merchants and the business owners. And they are planning a Easter egg hunt on April the 4th at the Gaskill Park. And that flyer is out on social media. As I'm saying that, I want to talk about how nice the police department and POW had a wonderful egg extravaganza at Head School. And I attended that along with some of my other colleagues. And it was very nice. It was just so nice to see the kids having so much fun. And I enjoyed that. I went to the Atlantic County Atlantic County Association of Township Officials meeting. And that was held on Friday, the 13th, at Martin's in Lansville. They elected new officers. I'm not going to go through all of that, but they have new officers, and it was a nice, wonderful meal. There was the health official came also to talk about the birds that had passed away. Some of them was bird flu. My question was, were all of it bird flu, were they tested? And I didn't really get a clear answer on that, but some of them could have starved because there were a lot of birds and geese over at the Hamilton Mall. It was on social media. That's how I found out about it. But I didn't go over there to check. But they had to be picked up and done in a certain way. Also, the county clerk was there, Joe Girallo, and he spoke about property fraud alert services, that everyone who has a property can call the clerk's office and sign up. It's a free service, and it stops scammers from pretending like they have your property. And they were able to catch someone that way. And so this is a nice service to the public, especially if you have a property or have properties, that people are not getting fake deeds or things of that nature. That was a very, very good point that he brought out. Of course, we know that he's done 704 weddings. And he gave statistics on what had happened, how many notaries, passports, and documents, and so on and so forth. I brought up the weddings because it keeps our clerk's office very busy with the weddings that he has performed. But anybody's out looking out to get married, it's free. Doesn't cost anything, so. That was very, very nice. Also, Commissioner Martina was there, and he spoke. And as you all know, that the Camden County pulled out of the jail, and he spoke about the county is coming up with a plan to build a jail over here and extend the jail over here in Hamilton Township. And so there's going to be a lot of information that's going to come out in the near future. It's going to cost money for them to do that. So it was a very informational meeting, and you got to ask questions, and I was able to ask questions. He also talked about that the fire departments were talking about the centralized dispatch. And we went back and forth with that. Not confrontational, but I was not aware that our fire department was in favor of the centralized dispatch centers. He stated that a lot of the firefighters wanted it, just from the firefighter portion of it, not the other portion, so we was talking about it, response times and things like that. And I'm sure we all know that our dues are paid to belong to this. The next meeting is going to be held on April the 10th. It's going to be at Martin's and Lansville. And if you want to go, you can go. They said, well, did you invite everybody? I said, I'm going to re-announce it. And it comes in their email, but the township, our dues are paid for the whole year to attend these meetings, and it's good because it deals with the western end of the county, Buena Borough, Buena Vista, everybody out that way. And it's kind of good to know exactly what's going on in other municipalities, because sometimes we're going through the same things, and some things are not different. But I was still able to report properly on Hamilton Township. I was really proud about that. The Atlantic County League of Municipalities meeting, that is going to be held on the 20th of this month, which is Friday coming, and it's going to be at Rafishi's. All right, so that's going to be, the meeting starts at 6:30. And if anyone wants to go to that, you're more than welcome to. Also to attend those, you have to go through Chantel, and she will make sure that you're registered or for the particular meeting, so you're able to attend those and talk about things that are happening inside of the Atlantic County League of Municipalities from everyone. So basically, that is my report.
Thank you. Committeeman Aiken.
You want me to shorten mine?
Take as much time.
So,
Actually, can you start the 5 minutes?
no, I'm good. So first, I wanted to thank Brett. Brett and I met, and I was able to take a tour of Town Hall, meet and greet everybody, went over to the police station. Officer Rizzo?
Officer Red.
Yeah, he did a great job showing me the ins and outs, the dispatch room and all that. It was pretty wild what they go through in there, all those cameras and videos and all. I was lost, so it was wild, but he did a great job. It was nice to finally get to meet everybody, who works behind the scenes here in Town Hall, Public Works. I'm going to set that up with him one of these days. I'd like to get over there and meet and greet and say hi to everybody over there. It's coming. We just got to get the dates. The mayor and I attended a fundraiser for one of the community members who lost their house in Harding Lake section due to fire. It was nice to see a big turnout there. Had a basket auction, a 50-50, and it was real nice, like I said, to see those people in there helping this young lady out. It was funny because the mayor actually won the 50-50, donated it back, and he was the champ at the end. He was the greatest, yeah. No, it was nice. It was very nice. That was held at the watering hole, and we had spoken to the young lady, if she needed some help along the way, we'd be able to help her, possibly in the rebuild. So it was a nice day. I'd like to give a shout out to our EMS, our rescue squad people, Fatima and Jonathan. There was an email that came in from a resident thanking them for their kindness. I think he took a fall or something like that, and they stuck by his side, took him where he needed to be, made sure, I guess his wife was okay, and I just wanted to give a shout out to them. That was very nice of them. And it makes our, they were warm and fuzzy, and it makes our township look good with the people that we hire to do that stuff. So I just wanted to put that out publicly. Second or third, I did attend the Hamilton Township PD and POW extravaganza, the Easter egg hunt at Hess. That was great. Easter Bunny. We had the Smokey the Bear. Kids had a great time. It was a nice event. A lot of kids, fun time. Also attended the Gale Luteritz PTA basket auction. This was my first time there, and I was like blown away with how many and how long this took. There was like 330 baskets, and it took a long time, but it was fun. It was a great event, and I'm sure it raised a lot of money. I was very impressed with one of the winners who walked out of there. Had to be the luckiest lady on the planet Earth because she won everything. She got the golden ticket, the 50-50.
She won 9 baskets. She
Yeah,
won the 50-50.
it was absolutely crazy, yeah. And, yeah, she did it. Yeah, she did. She cleaned up. So that was a great event.
I was a little jealous.
I was too when I walked out there. I actually asked her how many tickets she had bought. I was like, for next year.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to congratulate Bob Fink and James House for their appointments to the Hamilton Township Municipal Authority. I assisted in swearing them in. I was actually there to hold the Bible for them, so it was pretty cool. So I just want to say congrats to them. And also, I did attend the Merchants Association meeting with Thelma. Mayor, you were there. It was a great event. It's nice to see how the businesses are, coming together, trying to work together with each other, to grow them. It was a great event. All the information bounced around. It was awesome, and I can't wait to attend the next one because hopefully, like I said, things grow with them. It was great. I also attended a Expressions in Black fundraiser sponsored by the A-Wish and Committeewoman Tracy Thompson, who recognized 3 of our local people, Robert Laws, Corey Bard, and Deborah Hamani. It was a great event to honor those people in our town. So I had a great time there, great food, great conversations. So it was awesome. And that's my report.
Very good. Deputy Mayor Cheek.
Yes. Last Thursday, there was the Atlantic County Police graduation. I attended that and saw our 2 newest officers, Michael Boyle and Dalen Horsey, get badged and whatnot, and that was very nice. Saturday, I was at the POW Easter egg hunt. everyone else that's here. As they all say, that was a very nice event. Next year, we should mix up the 3-year-olds and the 8-year-olds and see what happens. Today, I went to the landfill, and I must say, Mr. Day, that is looking great. I drove around the landfill with all the dirt and the retention ponds starting. The inlets are right there, ready to be installed, and the storm piping right there. It was very nice to see. And to close it out, I have to say I'm about the proudest grandfather possible right now. When I was in high school, I was an all-state athlete. Raising my 2 daughters, you preached that they have to beat me, which they did. They were both 2-time state champions. One played for the United States. And this weekend, my granddaughter competed against 22 other teams in a 4x4 relay for the national championship, which is pretty impressive. And then the same granddaughter this spring will be competing for the world championship in competitive cheerleading. And I still have 3 more grandchildren, so and that's all I have.
Very good.
Nice.
Committeewoman Thompson.
Okay. So on March 6th, I sponsored the Expressions in Black Gala as a fundraiser for a WISH nonprofit organization where we honored Hamilton Township residents, Deborah Hamani and Corey Board for the Community Leadership Awards and Robert Laws for the Trailblazer Award. I want to thank my colleagues, Committeewoman Dr. Thelma Witherspoon and Committeeman Eric Akins for attending and supporting, because they didn't just come and talk, they also supported, with their wallets. So I thank you so much. I also attended our PAL-sponsored Easter egg hunt here at our Hess School. I want to thank the chief for extending it out to the Hess School so more of our residents were able to attend. This was a beautiful event, and our police officers, they did an excellent job. Everything was beautiful. They were so hands-on with the children, and I just had such a beautiful time. I loved it. Later on that evening, I also attended the Hamilton Township 4th Annual Gail Luderitz PTA Basket Auction. And through my participation, I won lunch with the principal at Shaner School. So I'm looking forward to spending my lunch break with the students, the teachers, and staff there. I also wanted to comment, because I didn't get a chance to comment on the shared custody resolution. I just really wanted to comment on that because I really was heartfelt about that. I really stand firmly on shared custody, as I am a divorcee myself and went through my own issues. And I really want, and also as a licensed foster mother, so I understand. So I really wanted to just comment on that. I think that was very good of you, Mayor Patel, to put that on the agenda. Very supportive of that resolution. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, shout out to Michael Boyle and Dylan Horsey. Looking forward to them getting, I guess they're already at work, correct? Yeah, they didn't do anything wrong yet? We doing good?
I would hope not.
Yeah, that Horsey guy, you gotta watch that Horsey kid, I'll tell you what. And let's see here, I was at the basket auction as well. I think I've been there every year, and every year they raise more money. I did not get a total for this year, but I do know that the 50-50, that was the most that they've raised on their 50-50, so I'm sure they've beat the last few years, without a doubt. I wanted to give a shout out to a local student. He goes to Cedar Creek. His name's Slayton D'Amico. He is the first Cedar Creek wrestler to make it to the States. First male wrestler
right.
to make it to the States. That's a really big deal when you consider that he came in third at the districts, and then he came in third in regions. So he really had to battle to get to where he got. He's a junior, so hopefully next year he goes a little bit further. He lost both of his matches. I know the first match he was up against the number 2 seed, and he got pinned in 29 seconds. So he's up against, those guys they're incredible wrestlers. New Jersey puts out some great wrestlers. So I just want to give a shout out to Slayton, did a great job. and to one of his cousins, Brogan, better known as Bubba Santana. He is a bull rider. Him and his brother are both bull riders here from Mays Landing, believe it or not. Last 2 weeks ago, they were down in Fort Worth, Texas, and Bubba won the Huey Junior Patriot Rodeo. So good for him. His brother, Keegan, he was not able to cover his bull, but his little brother, Bubba, did. So shout out to them. The last 2 years, they've been out to Las Vegas for the Nationals, and they live out there in Mispa, and they do a great job. And they're really involved with the municipality, with our whole township. They're great kids. Let's see, what else did I have? I think really that's pretty much it. I do want to say, once again, I appreciate your support for the 50-50 custody. And as Christina was speaking, I'm watching my daughter back there, kind of tearing up a little bit, and I almost wanted to get up and go give her a hug. So it means a lot to me and my family, and I really appreciate it, and I hope that someday things like that, I don't wish that on anybody. What Gary Santelli is going through is 10 times worse than me and my children. And it's just a shame, and I'd just like to see you start out at 50-50 and you're not fighting over who gets time with their kids. It just starts out at 50-50. And I think that's the fairest way, and that's the way it should be, providing that both parents are good parents. We do know that some parents are not the best parents in the world. So, one other thing, one more time, I'd like to say, I don't know if it's congratulations or whatever you want to say to Amy Gatto and Dr. Jennifer Holmstrom for being recognized National Women's History Month. It's nice to recognize women for that, hometown women, and they both gave a lot, and I'll kind of lean a little bit towards Amy because I know more about Amy. She sat up here for quite a few years and then moved up the ladder, went to the county level, and she's very impressive what she did in her short life so far. So I'm sure she'll jump back into the political arena again, I'm sure, at some point. So with that.
Just one other thing, the grocery outlet.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I just wanted to mention on how well they have served our community, and it was a corporate decision to close 35 stores, and they happened to be one of them. And but they gave a lot from the short time that I've seen back to the community, and gave to St. Vincent de Paul and just different organizations. And I'm sorry to see that they are leaving. No fault of their own, but that's another business, another rateable. You know, so we're trying to get ratables because the budget is coming up very soon at the next meeting, right? And me and Committeeman Cheeks have already met with that, so we're looking forward. We're trying to do all we can. I'm sure all of you all have got an opportunity to see the budget as well. But it's tough. It's tough, especially when you're losing ratables. So I'm not going to give a budget speech tonight. We're going to save that for the next meeting. But I just wanted to say something about the grocery outlet and the jobs that they had done in our community. And I'm sure I wish them well for whatever they're going to do in the near future.
Yeah, good. That's it was a shock because I was also at the Merchants Association meeting, and Chuck, the owner of Grocery Outlet, was there, and he was talking up what he was doing, what he had going on, everything. The next day, literally the next day, we're reading in the paper that Grocery Outlet's closing, and we're
Right.
blown away, just completely blown away. Chuck and his team did such a great job. He was so involved with the Merchants Association, other businesses. He allowed one of the other businesses to come and do a display at his store, another local business. And I sure hope he figures something else out. I don't, sell whatever he wants here in this town, because we're losing him, and I don't even think it was 2 years. I think it was about 18 months. It was, and it's sad. And I know our economic development director, Robert, was in touch with him, trying to figure things out, see if there's anything that we could do to help out. And it's preliminary now. I don't know if it's really going anywhere, but I know Robert will do anything he can to try to help him out and guide him in a direction to get him back on his feet. But it's just sad to see another business close, like Dr. Witherspoon said. It's devastating, especially somebody who gave so much to the town. But back again on a sad note. I can't get away from that. All right, on a good note, spring is coming, all right? Everybody, spring is coming. So let's think about that, and we're going to go ahead and open it up for public comment. Don't everybody rush up at once, please, come on.
Motion to close?
Got a motion to close?
Second.
Second? All those in favor? Aye. Against? Ayes have it. So we are now going to adjourn into executive session. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I hear a motion to come out of executive session.
I make a motion to come out of executive session.
So
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Nobody from the public? Excellent. And I have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you.